You are not audible, ma'am. You are not audible. ଆପଣ mute ରେ ଅଛନ୍ତି ବୋଧେ?
नीलाद्रौ शंख मध्ये शतदल कमले रत्न सिंहासनस्थं सर्वालंकार युक्तं नवघन रुचिरं संयुक्तं जाग्रतेन भद्राया वाम भागे रथचरणयुतं ब्रह्मरुद्रेन्द्र वन्द्यं वेदनं सारमेशं स्वजन परिवृतं ब्रह्मदारु नमामि। परम कारुणिक अनंत कोटि ब्रह्मांडर मौडमणि कोटि कोटि ओडियांकर हृदयर आराध्य देवता समग्र विश्वचराचर रसाष्टा आनंद कंद परमानंद सच्चिदानंद अखिल रसघन विग्रह विश्व वेदनार वैद्य देवाधिदेव श्री श्री जगन्नाथंकर चरण कमल रे अकिंचन कोटि कोटि दंडवत। शहे 21तम जातीय स्तरीय आभासी कार्यक्रम आयोजक रोवर रेंजर दल महर्षि कॉलेज ऑफ नेचुरल लॉ एक बिंदु रे जोग देइथिबा जम्मू काश्मीर ठारू केरल तथा पंजाब रु आसाम एवं झारखंड ठारू दिल्ली महाराष्ट्र पश्चिम बंग एवं ओडिशार विभिन्न कोण अनुकोण रु जोग देइथिबा समस्त भारत स्काउट्स एवं गाइड्स परिवार रो सदस्य तथा विभिन्न महाविद्यालय मानकर एवं विद्यालय मानकर स्कूल कॉलेज रो छात्र छात्री माने समस्त को मु डॉक्टर नमिता पट्टनायक सहकारी राज्य गाइड कमिशनर तथा अध्यापिका अर्थनीति विभाग महर्षि महाविद्यालय तरफ स्वागत करूची ए गूगल मीट को। जय जगन्नाथ, नमस्कार। रेस्पेक्टिव डॉक्टर केपी मिश्रा sir, the state chief commissioner and the national vice president, the patron of this webinar, respected president, the principal of Maharshi College, Dr. Nalini Prabha Mahapatra madam, the most respected esteemed chief speaker of today's evening, very well-known figure in Odisha, as all of you know, Dr. CHITTA RANJAN MISHRA, the eminent scientist, the columnist, and the television anchor and author, orator, and national science communicator, and also the former president of Odisha Chemical Society. And Mrs. Rasmi Rekha Shamantarai, the assistant teacher of Police Lane High School, Puri. My little guide, Sarupa, just joined in the rangering Brajrajnas from Brajrajnagar College, and Dibyansu, the small cop of our unit, and all my webinar friends, the organizer of webinar team, and all my friends. I'm very much excited here to start the program, and we'll have very short time for this program. So I'll request all of you, please cooperate with us because our chief guest has got some other assignment. Just after this webinar, he will join for other program. As all of you know, today we are observing on the 16th of September as United Nations has already declared today as the World Ozone Day. So we are going to celebrate it in a new horizon, in a new forum, and in a new way to make people aware about the importance of ozone in the atmosphere. So as United Nations General Assembly and the as the International Day for the Preservation of the Ozone Layer, this has been declared. So the theme of this year, as all of us know, Ozone for Life, which messages human beings to preserve ozone layer for future generation. So this day we have to see, we are also commemoration day for signing in 1987. In the same day, the Montreal Protocol of the substances that deplete of the ozone layer. So there are so many things which sir will explain us. Sure. Now I don't want to make much more time, and I now request our guide Sarupa to sing the welcome song. Are you there, Sarupa?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, please.
Swagatam, 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 स्वागतम मन की वीणा से गूंजित ध्वनि मंगलम स्वागतम 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 मन की वीणा से गूंजित ध्वनि मंगलम स्वागतम 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 सारे गा मग मगरी नी सारे गरी गरी सा सारे गा मग मगरी नी सारे गरी सा ऐसा पावन सुहावन समय आज है आप आए तिथियों की सरताज है ऐसा पावन सुहावन समय आज है आप आए तिथियों की सरताज है देव की भांति पूजन करे आज हम स्वागतम 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 मन की वीणा से गूंजित ध्वनि मंगलम स्वागतम 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 मन की वीणा से गूंजित ध्वनि मंगलम स्वागतम 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 मन की बगिया से हमने कलियां चुनी श्रद्धा के फूल से हमने पुनी मन की बगिया से हमने कलियां चुनी श्रद्धा के फूल से हमने माला पुनी करते हैं मिल के अर्पित सुमन आज हम स्वागतम 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 मन की वीणा से गूंजित ध्वनि मंगलम स्वागतम 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 स्वागतम
Thank you, Sarupa.
स्वागतम स्वागतम Thank you.
Thank you, Sarupa. So virtually we have welcomed our sir. Now I'll request Dibyanshu. Are you there, Dibyanshu? Okay. So Dibyanshu is not there. So we'll start with principal. I'll just request our principal ma'am. She is in another meeting, very important government meeting, and she will just speak 2 words and will welcome our chief guest, chief speaker, and he will leave for the other one. So may I request Dr. Nalini Prabha Mahapatra ma'am to welcome our guest ma'am. Yes ma'am.
Thank you, Namita madam. बाध्य हली आपन को कहया पई एठी कोन की हमर आईडीपी बिल्डिंग
मैडम खाली टिके वेलकम कर दियंतु तर सर कहिबे आगे मैडम
समस्त अतिथि सज्जन वर्ग एवं मो छात्र छात्री मो स्वागत करूची एवं आजिकार टॉपिक कोन मु तो देखि
ओजोन फॉर लाइफ आज होची मैडम वर्ल्ड ओजोन डे ओजोन लेयर कमी जिबा हेतु आमे किपरि ताकू संग्रहित रखिबा सेति पई आज ए मीटिंग रे सर हमको कहिबे ओजोन लेयर ऊपर
ओजोन लेयर प्रकृत वास्तव में आम परिवेश प्रदूषण निहाती आवश्यक ओजोन स्तर कमिगलानी एवं वैज्ञानिक माने गवेषणा करी जानिले खूब कम दिन भितर पृथ्वीर क्षति होउची आगे आगो भी क्षति होई पारे साथ आछंती बहुत ज्ञानी लोक गुणी लोक आज आम छात्र छात्री को समस्त को संभाषण रे से खुशी कराइबे मु सार को स्वागत करूची नमस्कार करूची सार
नमस्कार नमस्कार नमस्कार
आगे गोटे मीटिंग चली तो ठीक
ठीक
अच्छे
अछि
सार
ठीक
क्षमा प्रार्थना करूची एति कई सार रहउची नमस्कार
मैडम मीटिंग चलले अपन जॉइन करिवे आगे मैडम
आगे
मैडम सो आजिर ए 121तम नेशनल वेबिनार रे आम गहन रे अछंती डॉक्टर चित्ता रंजन मिश्रा सर आपण माने समस्ते जानी चंती सार को ना अनेक जगह रे पढ़ी चंती अनेक जगह रे देखी चंती किंतु आजिर फॉर्मालिटीज अनुसार मु निश्चिंत भाव रे आई टेक दिस प्रिविलेज एंड आई एम आल्सो ऑनर्ड टू इंट्रोड्यूस our chief speaker, Dr. Chitta Ranjan Mishra, who is very well-known, eminent chemical scientist and technologist. Moreover, you might have seen in many television programs, he is also the anchor and he is a very good orator and popular science writer and national science communicator of different repute. So he obtained his MSc degree in chemistry from Ravensa College from Cuttack in the year 1971 and got PhD in chemistry from Calcutta University in 77, postdoctorate in chemistry from Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore in 1979, and DSc degree in aluminium technology from International University of Contemporary Studies, Washington DC, USA in 2009, and DLIT degree in Science and Communication, that is from Scotland University, London, UK in 2019. So this is for the information of all the professors, all the teachers, all the students present over here. You see, at this age also, he is touched with the process of learning. Learning is a process which can never die. So it has been proved by Dr. Mishra. Dr. Mishra was also the Deputy General Manager and Head of Research and Development, NALCO, and served the Navaratna Public Sector Company of Government of India for more than 25 years and is considered as a leading aluminium technologist of the country. He is the fellow member of a host of professional bodies both in the country and in abroad. He has published more than 100 research papers in national and international journals and has obtained 6 national and 6 international patents to his credit. Wonderful, sir. We are really great. You are really great, sir, and we are proud of you. So, best one of his patent, NALCO has set up country's largest detergent grade geolite, a plant of 10,000 tons per annum capacity at an investment of rupees 30 crores at its aluminum refinery, Damanjodi, that is in Koraput district in 2001, for which Dr. Mishra received Outstanding Achievement Award of NALCO as Best Officer of the company in 97. So, what a great achievement you can see. Similarly, he has received from award from UNO in 98 from Switzerland, and in 30th June 2009 from WIPO. So many awards he has received. Besides, he is a scientist, as you all know, and he's a popular science writer. That is more important. About 500 articles in various leading Odia newspaper and magazines since last 25 years. He is just writing and writing. So he is also the author of 15 popular science books in both Odia and English. So most of books are award-winning books. So presently, Dr. Mishra is working as joint managing trustee of Kalinga Foundation Trust, founded by legendary Biju PATTANAIK, and was back in the year which was propounded in 1950 for popularizing science. So Dr. Mishra is also working as Chief Scientific Advisor to Institute of Advanced Technology and Environment Studies, Bhubaneswar, since 2009. Besides, Dr. Mishra also President, Odisha Chemical Society, Chairman, Indian Institute of Metal, Bhubaneswar Chapter, Vice Chairman, Indian Institute of Chemical Engineers, Bhubaneswar Chapter, and Executive Committee members of Odisha Vigyan Academy. As all you know, this is for 3 terms. Third terms, He has been elected. Presently, he is working as the president of the Vigyan Prachar Samiti Bhubaneswar chapter. So we are really grateful to sir. He has also received many awards. Out of them, if I'll go to the long list, long list. So I want to tell you a few of them. National Research Development Corporation, that Government of India in the year 1997, the first ODS scientist to receive the award, that is called the highest national meritorious award for invention award and in chemical technology. Then outstanding achievement award of NALCO as best officer, as I told you. Then UNO and WIPO international gold medal in Geneva in the year 1998. That is also first ODS scientist. CSIR, Government of India highest national technology award for best invention in chemical technology. Then Odisha Vigyan Academy award, that is most popular science writer. So many awards there are. If I'll go on telling you, it takes more than 1 hour. And moreover, senior scientist of Odisha by Odisha Vigyan Academy in 2019, very recently, and Dr. Mishra has also visited many countries for higher studies and ST collaboration and technology assignment, like USA, Russia, Japan, China, Singapore, Malaysia, Hong Kong, Thailand, Brazil, France, Germany, UK, Italy, Greece, Hungary, Austria, so many countries. What I want to tell you, that is not a very big thing to visit any country, but for a purpose, that is for the development of the country he is visiting. That's a great thing. So on this auspicious day, let's listen from sir about our topic. As all of you know, today we are going to observe this Ozone Day, and the theme today is Ozone for Life. So I don't want to tell anything about the topic because we want to listen from sir. Now the floor is with Dr. Mishra sir. Over to Dr. Mishra. Sir, please.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for inviting me to this August conference of Mahorshi College of Natural Law and their entire community in the country. Thank you so much for inviting me. The topic that has been decided for discussion today is a very interesting topic and a topic of global interest. A topic of global interest, that is World Ozone Day. 16th September is known as the World Ozone Day and International Day for the preservation of ozone layer. This is the International Day for preservation of ozone layer. You know there is a ozone layer above the atmosphere and that protects us, protects all human beings, all plants, all animals from the ultraviolet radiation that comes from the sun. And it was declared by the United Nations General Assembly in December 1994. This date, 16 September, for celebration of World Ozone Day was declared by the United Nations General Assembly in December 1994. And prior to that, the Montreal Protocol in Canada, that is the Montreal place, Montreal Protocol signed in 1987 for preservation of ozone layer, and 24 countries attended that conference. It was in Montreal, Canada, and that was the groundbreaking year, that is 1987, when Montreal Protocol took the decision. Now 35 years has gone from 87 to 2022. So 35 years has already gone, and it was initiated by 24 countries in the world. There is a conference in Montreal, Canada, to preserve the ozone layer, to preserve the humanity, to preserve the earth, and restrict the temperature to the less than the global warming temperature. And every year there is a theme, and this year's theme is 2022 theme is global cooperation, protecting life on earth. This is a question mark now because you know there is a global warming and climate change. Entire humanity is confronting with the global warming and climate change, and global cooperation is essentially required to retain the temperature below 2 degrees centigrade, because we are experiencing day by day hot weather. Out of all 6 weathers, we are experiencing only one weather, that is hot weather, and the temperature is rising. And by end of the century, scientists are telling if you cannot retain the temperature below 2 degrees centigrade, then there may not be any humanity in the 21st century, in the next century, 22nd century. So by end of the century, the earth may come to the end if you do not contain the temperature below 2 degrees centigrade. In fact, entire global community wanted to preserve the temperature, retain the temperature within 1.5 degrees centigrade. So, because we are depending on fossil fuels for energy. The energy that we are using is thermal power energy, which we get from coal, that is a fossil fuel. And coal is gradually diminishing. It is below the earth. Gradually, coal mining quantities come reducing. And coal is the main hazard for increase of temperature, increase of global warming. So whatever energy we are getting today, energy source is the coal. And by burning of coal, temperature is rising. There is again a problem of fly ash, which pollutes the air. Out of the burning of coal, we generate fly ash. It increases the temperature. It pollutes the atmosphere. So global cooperation is essentially required to protect life on Earth. That is why the theme of this year's conference, this year's Global Day, Ozone Day conference is global cooperation. Every country should have should cooperate with other countries. Global cooperation is essentially required. We have to protect life on Earth because this is the only planet where life exists. So far, this is the only planet where life exists, and we have to protect the life. We have to protect the Earth. We have only one Mother Earth, and we have to protect it, and we have to give to our next generation a world, a Earth, only one Earth, and we have to hand over that Earth to our next generation and a very peaceful atmosphere, good environment, water, climate, with everything in a neutral position. We should hand over to the next generation because this is the only Earth where life exists, and this is the beautiful place to live in. So far, no Earth is everywhere, anywhere in the world. In the entire galaxy, you don't find any Earth. Life pertaining situation is not there except Earth. So the first celebration of this Ozone Day was held on 16th September 95. As I told you, it was 87, 94. It was 87 Montreal Protocol. Then it was in 94 General Assembly, United Nations General Assembly declared in December 94. Next year in 95. First celebration was done on 16th September 1995. That's the first celebration of World Ozone Day to increase the consciousness about the protection of ozone layer, because ozone layer protects humanity. Ozone layer restricts the flow of infrared light which is coming from the sun. It is not allowing to fall on Earth. So that ozone layer protects life on Earth. There is a life on Earth only because there is a ozone layer. Unless there is ozone layer, Earth will not exist. This beautiful Earth will never find if there is no ozone layer. So ozone layer protects humanity, protects life on Earth, and we have responsibility. Every citizen has a responsibility to protect the ozone layer, not to lose the ozone layer that is there. But there is a hole in ozone layer now. I am coming gradually. In 1985, I will come to a gentleman known as Jonathan Sanklin. Jonathan Sanklin in the year 1985 discovered ozone hole. He is the first man in the world who discovered ozone hole over Antarctic. Over Antarctic, a man known as Jonathan Sanklin in the year 1985 discovered ozone hole. This is the first discovery in the world for ozone hole that is above the Antarctica. He was a research scholar in British Atlantic Survey. British Atlantic Survey, he was a research scholar, and in the year 1985, he discovered ozone hole above Antarctica. Ozone layer was discovered. Ozone layer, it is now the ozone hole. Now the ozone layer was discovered subsequently in the year 1913. In the year 1913, another two French scientists, French physicists, one is Charles Fabry, and other gentleman is Henry Buisson, both belongs to France. They discovered ozone layer. There is a ozone layer in the atmosphere. This was discovered in the year 1913, by two French physicists. And prior to that, in the year 1985, subsequently, in Jonathan Sanklin discovered ozone hole over Antarctica. Now the point is, this ozone hole is precious for the entire humanity. Unless there is ozone hole, life cannot exist. There is ozone hole means humanity is there, Earth is there. Ultraviolet radiation is being protected by the ozone layer. It is not allowing to fall on our skin. If suppose there is no ozone layer, then on direct ultraviolet light comes to the human body, comes to the animal body, and it increases a disease known as skin disease, cancer, skin cancer. It affects the skin, it affects our eyesight, and so many other diseases, especially skin diseases, occur due to fall of ultraviolet light on human body or on the plant species or on the animal bodies. The reason for this global warming or reason for this ozone hole depletion, ozone layer depletion or formation of ozone layer, will gradually touch it. Certain chemicals are there in the atmosphere. That is chlorofluorocarbon. You know, there is a molecule known as chlorofluorocarbon is the main culprit of ozone layer depletion. Evaporation of ozone layer, depletion of ozone layer. For that purpose, one great chemical known as chlorofluorocarbon, in short we call it CFC. This particular gas or particular chemical is utilized all over the world in all cooling systems. In our fridge, in our AC, there is a gas throughout the world. All fridges, all cooling systems, we use a gas known as chlorofluorocarbon or CFC. In 1980, CFC was banned in the world. In 1980, CFC was banned, and alternative gas for cooling fridge or AC or all preservation systems were discovered. That is known as hydrogen gas. But the efficiency of chlorofluorocarbon is better than the alternative gas discovered by the scientists, hydrogen. Even if it is banned, and still chlorofluorocarbon, CFC, is right now is being used in our fridge, in our house, in our AC and fridge systems, cooling system. We preserve food materials. We preserved all our sasya in our cold storage. So cold storage utilizes a large scale chlorofluorocarbon and they emit it to the atmosphere. By emittance to this atmosphere, CFC, ozone hole depletion takes place. So ozone hole depletion takes place due to the large presence of large quantities of chlorofluorocarbon in the atmosphere throughout the world. How you measure this? Suppose there is ozone in the atmosphere. How you measure it? There is an instrument known as ozone spectrophotometer. You know, there is a spectrophotometer that scientists use in the laboratory for measuring ozone, concentration of ozone. There is a spectrophotometer known as ozone spectrophotometer that measures the amount of UV light reaching Earth. How much UV radiation Earth is getting, that is being measured by an instrument, by an equipment known as ozone spectrophotometer. This gives an accurate picture of how much ozone layer, ozone concentration is there in the atmosphere. Through this instrument, ozone spectrophotometer, concentration of ozone in any place of the world can be measured and its gravity can be determined. So that is a very important thing. How to know the concentration of ozone in the atmosphere, and utilizing that equipment, ozone spectrophotometer, we measure the concentration of ozone present in atmosphere anywhere in the world. Jonathan's research findings were published in a seminal research paper in Nature in 1985. As I told you, in the year 1985, 37 years before, ozone hole was discovered in the world. For the first time in the world, ozone hole was discovered in the year 1985 by Jonathan Shanklin, S-H-A-N-K-L-I-N, Shanklin, Jonathan Shanklin. He published a research paper in Nature in the year 1985. The research led directly to the 1987 Montreal Protocol. 85, ozone hole was discovered. In the year 1987, Montreal Protocol was held. So just after 2 years of discovery of ozone hole by Jonathan, what is the gentleman? Jonathan Shanklin. By discovery of Jonathan Shanklin in the 1985, after 2 years, 1987, there was the conference in Montreal Protocol, and that is the direct culmination of Montreal Protocol. Just after 2 years of discovery of ozone hole in Antarctica by Jonathan. It was in 85. In 87, research led to directly to the 87 Montreal Protocol and agreement to freeze production and consumption of ozone depleting substances. There is a decision in the Montreal Protocol in the 87, just after 2 years of ozone layer, ozone hole discovery by Jonathan. Freeze production, don't produce CFC, let us freeze production of CFC, chlorofluorocarbon, and freeze consumption also. Don't produce CFC, don't consume CFC, which is the ozone depleting substances. This is the one of the most ozone depleting substances available in the world, available in the atmosphere, is a chlorofluorocarbon. This is the main culprit. Concentration of chlorofluorocarbon is high in the world atmosphere today, and this is the major culprit for creating ozone hole and ozone depletion in the ozone layer, which is above the atmosphere. Chlorofluorocarbon has atmospheric lifetimes of 50 years. Chlorofluorocarbon, once is there in the atmosphere, it remains in the atmosphere for 50 years, 50. This is a very dangerous statement. You see, once CFC, chlorofluorocarbon, is there in the atmosphere, it continues to stay in the atmosphere for 50 years, 50 years. You cannot remove CFC. That is why Montreal Protocol decided, do not produce CFC, do not consume CFC, because once CFC is there in the atmosphere, it remains in the atmosphere for 50 years, 50 years, continuously. The atmosphere will not fully recover until 2070. Now it is 2022, so another 50 years. So the concentration of ozone layer, whatever they are in the atmosphere today, will never diminish till 2070. So that layer, ozone layer, will continue to stay on Earth atmosphere for 2070, another 50 years, for a period of another 50 years. Ozone layer, we have to encounter with ozone layer, we have to consume ozone layer, we have to use ozone layer, we will produce ozone layer till another 50 years. Because once chlorofluorocarbon is there in the atmosphere, means it will stay in the atmosphere for 50 years. Montreal Protocol of 1987 is widely seen as the most successful environmental protection agreement to date. Most successful environmental protection agreement is the Montreal Protocol of 87. 87 Montreal Protocol. Before that, in 85, ozone hole was discovered in Antarctica by Jonathan. That is why the Montreal Protocol. Unless there was a discovery in 85, there was no Montreal Protocol. যদি ওজোন হোল ডিসকଭରି ହେଇ ନଥାନ୍ତା 85 ମସିହାରେ 87 ମସିହାରେ କାନାଡାରେ ମଣ୍ଟ୍ରିଆଲ ପ୍ରୋଟୋକଲ ହେଇ ନଥାନ୍ତା. So due to discovery of ozone hole by Jonathan in 85, just after 2 years in 87, there was a meeting in the Canada, Montreal, and that conference, the outcome of that conference, that is known as the Montreal Protocol, is widely seen as the most successful environmental protection agreement to date. What happens with the ozone layer depletion? If there is a hole in the ozone layer, there is a depletion on ozone layer. If there is thinness of ozone layer, skin cancer is caused due to UV radiation. If there is no ozone layer, direct UV radiation would have fallen on the human body, and there is skin cancer, large scale skin cancer throughout the world. So we are not suffering from skin cancer in large scale because God has given us a ozone layer above the atmosphere. So we have to protect that ozone layer to live happily on this earth. If humanity has to exist on the earth, only because if humanity protects the ozone layer, humanity do not use chlorofluorocarbon, do not produce chlorofluorocarbon, then the future is safe, earth is safe, our human body is safe, our disease is safe. Jonathan Franklin was awarded the Polar Medal for discovery of ozone hole for his work on the Antarctic by Her Majesty the Queen in 2006. Queen of UK, London Queen, gave an award to him in 2006, and it was known for the Polar Medal for discovery of ozone hole. Discovery of ozone hole. In 2020, Jonathan Franklin glacier was named after him. One glacier in Antarctica was known after Jonathan Franklin in 2020, just 2 years before. Perhaps even more importantly, Franklin received a Blue Peter badge for ozone hole discovery. So ozone hole discovery was a great discovery on the earth because it is directly related for conservation, for preservation of humanity on earth. If there is no ozone layer, there is no humanity, no man on the earth. We will be living a diseased person, as a cancerous person, skin cancerous person. See, ozone layer is there means it is protecting us. It is saving the humanity, saving the earth, saving the planet. And this gentleman, Jonathan Franklin, for the first time in the world, in 85, discovered ozone hole above Antarctica. And he got so many awards, his paper was published in Nature, and it is a turning point. Due to his discovery only, after 2 years, there was a meeting in Montreal. There was a meeting in Montreal just after 2 years. After 85, it is 87. In the Montreal Protocol was signed, and there is a discussion in Montreal, Canada. Ozone layer protects the earth against UV radiation. As I have told you, besides chlorofluorocarbon, what are the other chemicals which depletes the ozone layer, which makes a hole in the ozone layer? What are the other chemicals? You will be astonished to know there are 35 chemicals. There are 35 chemicals which cause ozone layer depletion or ozone hole. I am reading out the names. Chlorofluorocarbon is the culprit number 1. Chlorofluorocarbon, or popularly known as CFC. Hydrochlorofluorocarbon, hydrobromofluorocarbons, trichloroethane, carbon tetrachloride, bromomethane, methyl bromide, trichlorofluoromethane, dichloro-difluoromethane, bromochloro-difluoromethane, dichloro-tetrafluoroethane, bromo-trifluoromethane, dibromo-tetrafluoroethane, chloro-pentafluoroethane, hydrofluorocarbon, chloro-difluoromethane, chloro-trifluoromethane, halon, which is used in the fire extinguisher, inside the fire extinguisher that is used in the home, in the offices, in the factories. It is known as halon, Halon, halon. That is fire extinguisher. That is also a cause for global this ozone layer depletion. Chlorofluoromethane, carbon tetrachloride, methyl chloroform. हम जो सुंगे जाए ऑपरेशन समय chloroform, methyl chloroform and methyl chloroform. These are the culprits which reduces the carbon layer, which depletes the carbon layer, which makes a hole in the carbon layer, this ozone layer. So for ozone layer depletion or hole in the ozone layer, all these chemicals are responsible. So that is why Montreal Protocol decided we have to stop production of all these 35 chemicals, stop consumption of all these 35 chemicals if we want to live in an earth where there is a ozone layer. So we have to protect the ozone layer not by using all these chemicals in our refrigerants, in our coolers, in our storage systems, food storage systems, and in our fire extinguishers. So throughout the world, still, in spite of the protocol in Montreal in 87, still people throughout the world are large scale consuming and producing these chemicals. So these produced chemicals are hazardous for the environment, are hazardous for depletion of ozone layer, are hazardous for making hole in the ozone layer. One chlorine atom, remember this, one chlorine atom in the atmosphere can destroy 1 lakh molecules of ozone. One chlorine atom can destroy 1 lakh ozone molecules in the atmosphere. So one chlorine atom is equivalent to destroy 1 lakh molecules of ozone. So you see, chlorine is so dangerous. Chlorine atom is so dangerous for creating ozone hole depletion and creating ozone holes. These are very, very essential things. So causes of global layer depletion is hydrofluorocarbon, chlorofluorocarbon. Chlorine is the most culprit, chlorine gas. Chlorofluorocarbon, CFC, chlorofluorocarbon, CFC. Chloroform, which you inject for making senseless during operation, chloroform. So all associated chemicals of chloroform and methane and ethane. Methane, ethane molecules with chlorine and fluorine. Chlorine, fluorine, bromine atoms in methane and ethane are dangerous for depletion of ozone layers. Unregulated rocket launches, we have to stop it. Unregulated during rocket launching, the gas we throw, that gas goes to the atmosphere. That helps in depletion of ozone layer. Rocket to launch करदेले, किंतु धुआंटा बाहरिला, से धुआंटा वायुमंडल को विच्युत कला, एवं से धुआंटा ओजोन लेयर को डिप्लेशन कला, ओजोन लेयर गर्त कला. Nitrogen compounds, वायुमंडल nitrogen compounds concentration is more, ozone layer depletion is faster. Concentration of nitrogen in the atmosphere facilitates depletion of ozone layer in the atmosphere. So reduce the percentage of nitrous gases, nitrogen gases, nitrous oxide gases, nitric oxide gases in the atmosphere. So nitrogen gas is a poisonous. It helps in the reduction of ozone layer. Some sunspots, surya sunspot ame कहता surya कौन है surya spot, sunspot. That also makes thin of the ozone layer, depletion of ozone layer, sunspot. Then stratospheric wind in the stratosphere. In the stratosphere, there are winds also. There are many winds in the stratosphere. That winds also make the thinning of the ozone layer. So sunspot, wind in the stratosphere, wind. Stratosphere पवन हैला पड़े ओजोन लेयर टा डिप्लीट हो thin है ओजोन लेयर टा पतला है जाउची thin है जाउची. So unregulated rocket launches you have to stop. Chlorofluorocarbon, hydrofluorocarbon use you have to reduce. We have to stop production. You have to consume less consumption of hydrofluorocarbons, chlorofluorocarbons, methane compounds, ethane compounds, bromine compounds, fluorine compounds, nitrogen compounds. We have to reduce consumption, stop production of this thing so that concentration of nitrogen, concentration of chlorine, concentration of fluorine, concentration of bromine in the atmosphere is reduced so that ozone layer is protected to save the humanity in the future. So this is in a brief how we have to protect environment. The entire global community has a major role to play in on our ACs, in all our cooling systems, in our air condition, in our fridge. We use chlorofluorocarbon gas, which facilitates making the fridge or AC thanda, cool. It makes it cool. Evaporation causes cooling. Evaporation causes cooling. So the gas used in your fridge, in your AC, in your cooling systems are chlorofluorocarbons. So we have to utilize alternative coolants. You have to utilize alternative coolants so that dependence on the chlorine chemicals are reduced. Chlorofluorocarbon, tetrafluorocarbon, chloroform, tetrachloride, nitrogenous gas, fluorine gas, bromine gas, all these reductions are essentially required to protect ozone layer. So everybody, entire humanity, entire people of the entire world, they have a major role to play to protect this ozone layer. Because ozone layer hai, matlab hum hai. If there is no ozone layer, there is no humanity, no man, nothing is there, nothing in the earth. And moreover, all these gases, as I told the names, they increase the temperature. That they facilitate global warming. You know the major things now we are encountering is global warming and climate change. So these gases, concentration of these gases, if it is more in the atmosphere, it helps in raising the temperature on global temperature increases due to presence of nitrous gases, due to presence of chlorofluorocarbon in the atmosphere. So they are greenhouse gases. They are also known as greenhouse gases. So consumption of greenhouse gases, concentration of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere should be reduced so that the temperature of the earth remain within 2 degrees centigrade. By the end of the century, we should try to limit the temperature rise to 2 degrees centigrade. Even in fact, the scientists are telling it should be within 1.5 degrees centigrade. It should be within 1.5 degrees centigrade. If it is 2 degrees centigrade, by end of the century, there may not be humanity on earth. The global warming and climate change, the problem will be so multiple, so magnanimous, so that humanity cannot exist at that particular temperature. And moreover, we have to go for alternative energy source. We have to leave these fossil fuels, coal. Dependence on coal, we have to diminish. Reduce the use of coal. Go for alternative energy source, hydrogen energy. Hydrogen energy, there is a hydrogen mission in the country, hydrogen energy. So government of India is going for hydrogen energy. E-vehicles, energy vehicles, e-vehicles, electronic vehicles. Electronic vehicles, hydrogen energy, these are alternative energy, renewable, solar shakti, pavana shakti, solar power, wind power. All these are alternative energy sources, so that our dependence on coal is diminishes. We should use less coal day by day. And moreover, coal is depleting also. Coal mining quantity is depleting. So alternative energy, so we have to depend on alternative energy source, solar energy, wind energy, hydrogen energy, electronic vehicles, and so and so, so and so, so and so. And there is in the right now, today in the country, there is a hydrogen mission in the country. In the next decade, government is planning to go for hydrogen car, hydrogen bus, hydrogen vehicles, hydrogen run vehicles, like CNG run vehicles in Delhi, compressor natural gas run vehicles. So that release of gas to the atmosphere is minimized.
Yeah.
Electronic vehicle, if there is electronic vehicle, there will be no emission. That means we have to protecting the environment. The objective is to protect the environment from the greenhouse gases.
Yes.
We should reduce the concentration of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. That's the main objective. If we reduce the concentration of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, ozone hole is protected. Humanity is protected. Temperature is within the desired limit, and there is no greenhouse gases, and temperature is within the limit. So we have to save the earth. गोटिए मात्र पृथ्वी हमको धरित्री माता मिली से गोटिए मात्र पृथ्वी. Only one earth, there is life. बहु ग्रह देखा जाउची, ग्रह ग्रह पुंज देखा जाउची, किंतु गोटिए मात्र जीवन, गोटिए मात्र अर्थ होची एकमात्र पृथ्वी जे हम जोटी जीवन अछि. तो आम परवर्ती पीढ़ी की आम एमती गोटे पृथ्वी टिके दबा जो सुरक्षित पृथ्वी थो. ओजोन लेयर गोटे गर्त करिकी से पृथ्वी आम टेके देले से मनुष्य बंची पारिबेन. तो आम एमती गोटे शशागरा धरणी टेके देला आम परवर्ती पीढ़ी की से माने सुस्थ जीवन बंचिबे. ग्लोबल वार्मिंग की कमी जीवो, ओजोन होल डिप्लीशन रहिबोनी, ओजोन होल को प्रोटेक्ट रहिबो, सुख शांति रे मनुष्य बंचिबो, सभ्यता बंचिबो, and the earth will survive. So this is the message. Let us use these chemicals what I highlighted, these chlorine chemicals, bromine chemicals, all these chemicals, chlorofluorocarbon, hydrofluorocarbon, so that, and go for alternative energy source. Go away from the coal energy source, go away from the thermal power, go for wind power, go for solar power, go for hydropower, go for hydropower and hydrogen power. So these are the alternative energy source. Unless we go for alternative energy source, the temperature cannot be reduced. So our main objective is to reduce the temperature and to live in earth within 1.5 degree temperature rise. If it is 2 degree by end of the century, by another 80 years, there may not be humanity on earth. So my request, my prayer to all the people, all my scientific friends, all my colleagues and friends in the society, that preserve global warming, retain global warming within 1.5 degree centigrade, and preserve this ozone layer. Preserve this ozone layer. Thank you so much for listening to me.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Now I request the house, if you have got any questions regarding the topic, you may ask. The session is for 5 minutes. You can write down in the chat box or you can ask. Unmute yourself and ask.
Sir,
Anybody?
namaskar
Yes.
sir. Sunspot gote kono कहले sir आपण sunspot.
Sunspot facilitates depletion of ozone layer.
ନାଇଁ sunspot ଟା କଣ sir actually sun ରେ
सूर्य देहरे गोटे दाग थाए. हम विज्ञान रे पढिन सूर्य दाग.
हां थैंक यू सर.
सूर्य देहरे सूर्य जो तरंगटा आसे, सूर्यर तरंग जो आसे, गोटे दैट इज अ sunspot. सूर्य देहरे गोटे उद्गिरण सृष्टि हुए. हैला
सर
सूर्य देहरे गोटे पर्टिकुलर देहरे उद्गिरण सृष्टि ता sunspot बोली कहआ जाय. एला हाई स्कूल में पिला दिन पढ़ा जाय छै. हाई स्कूल में sunspot. सूर्य देहरे गोटे अग्नि को उद्गिरण सृष्टि हुए. अग्नि उद्गिरण सृष्टि गोटे पर्टिकुलर लोकेशन रे. सूर्यटा कोन की गोटे बाष्पीय पिंड. সেটা তো মাটি ভଳିଆ ଏମିତି ଗୋଲ ହେଇକି ଧରିଛନ୍ତି ବଲଟେ ଗୋଟେ ବାଷ୍ପୀୟ ପିଣ୍ଡ ତ ଯେକୌଣସି ଜାଗାରେ many reactions taking place ନା ସେ ହାଇଡ୍ରୋଜେନ ହିଲିୟମ କନଭର୍ସନ ଚାଲିଛି ନା ନାହିଁ ଆମର ସୂର୍ଯ୍ୟରୁ ରଶ୍ମି କେମିତି ଆସୁଛି ସୂର୍ଯ୍ୟ ଆଲୋକ ଆମକୁ କେମିତି ଦଉଛି ହାଇଡ୍ରୋଜେନ ଟା କନଭର୍ସନ ହଉଛି ହିଲିୟମ ଟା ହାଇଡ୍ରୋଜେନ କନଭର୍ସନ ହଉଛି ଏ ପ୍ରୋସେସ ଚାଲିଛି ଫ୍ୟୁଜନ ବାଇ ଫ୍ୟୁଜନ ମେକାନିଜିମ ହାଇଡ୍ରୋଜେନ ହିଲିୟମ ର ଫ୍ୟୁଜନ ରେ ସେଠି ଏନର୍ଜି ସୃଷ୍ଟି ହଉଛି ସୂର୍ଯ୍ୟରେ ତ ड्यूरिंग द प्रोसेस ऑफ दिस हाइड्रोजन हिलियम कन्वर्सन प्रोसेस सन स्पॉट सृष्टि होता है सूर्य रे अग्नि उद्गीरण होता है से अग्नि उद्गीरण कौन करे इतने तीव्र था जे जो अपन रही ओजोन लेयर को से ताको पतला कर देता है पतला कर दे ओजोन लेयर को पतला हो गला माने ओजोन टा डिप्लीशन हो गला थिनर हो गला जहां फल रे अल्ट्रावायलेट सूर्य कर अल्ट्रावायलेट रेट पृथ्वी को आसे
Okay.
Thank you,
सर गोटे क्वेश्चन अच्छी मोर
हाँ,
आमे
हाँ।
सर मेजर करूचे ओजोन लेयर रो थिकनेस को डॉप्सन रे तो हमर रहिबा कथा 300 डॉप्सन किंतु वर्तमान अछि 220 डॉप्सन तेनो सर आमे तो वर्तमान भी सेही भल रेट रे नाहु तेनो आमे सर सेटा केमिति आशा रखिबा जे आहुरी एटा न कमी जीवो
ना ना वर्तमान तो स्थिति सांघातिक
आहुरी
तुमरो
थिकनेस टा आहुरी
तुमरो सुनो तुमरो ए जो केमिकल गुडा को ना कहली ए गुडा को दिन को
आगे
दिन ओजोन लेयर को पतला करी
तार
चालिबो
ओमिशन टा
पतला
बढ़ुची
करी
आगे सर
चालिबो ओजोन लेयर जते पतला हबो सेते ओजोन लेयर ध्वंस होला ओजोन लेयर ध्वंस
हाँ।
होला थिनिंग ऑफ ओजोन लेयर जो थिकनेस ता
थिन
कमी
जाउची
जीवो
पतला
थिन
हे जाउची ता
जाउची।
लेयर टा
ए जो गैस गुडा को पेनिट्रेट करी जाए पेनिट्रेट करके से ओजोन लेयर को पतला कर दे तेणु मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव होची ए जो क्लोरोफ्लोरो कार्बन रिलेटेड गैस जतरा गैस ना कहली 35 टा गैस ये सब गैस रा व्यवहार को हमें बंद कर दो दैट इज मॉन्ट्रियल प्रोटोकॉल गैस रा प्रोडक्शन बंद हबो गैस रा व्यवहार बंद हबो एवं बंद ही चलिबो
आगे सर
तुमे गैस रा व्यवहार भी करिवो एने फ्रिज रे भी पानी पीबो ठंडा पानी एने एसी रे भी बसिबो
आगे सबुत्र हीट ओमिशन होची हीट टा को हमें कमेबा ओमिशन टा कमेबा
मेन होला ऑब्जेक्टिव ए गैस गुडा को पतला कर दोची ओजोन लेयर को
सर
एटा होची ओजोन डिप्लीटिंग सब्सटेंसेस ए गुडा होची ओजोन डिप्लीटिंग सब्सटेंसेस ता गोटे टर्म देचनी ओजोन डिप्लीटिंग सब्सटेंसेस ओडीएस बोली कुआ होची ओजोन डिप्लीटिंग सब्सटेंसेस ए गुडा को ओजोन को डिप्लीट करूची पतला लेयर टा को पतला कर दोची
सर
थिनिंग कर दो तेना हम जदी ए केमिकल टा व्यवहार न करिबा ताले प्रोटेक्शन हे रहबो लेयर टा प्रोटेक्शन रहबो यूवी लाइट टा हम पाखु आसीबो नि
सर थैंक यू सर आज
सर हम मेजर करथिले से जो बदल जोनाथन मेजर करथिले कहिथिल ना जो ये गोटे जंत्र रे मेजर करथिले से जोनाथन जो स्पेक्ट्रोफोटोमीटर रे जो ओजोन स्पेक्ट्रोफोटोमीटर रे से मेजरमेंट करथिले निजे
आगे आगे
करिकि कंसंट्रेशन केते वायुमंडल अछि जानिथिले माने अंटार्कटिका रे मध्ये मापिथिले अन्य आडे मध्ये मापिथिले
आगे आज सर आम सांगे अच्छा जयवीर सिंह पुणे रु मु चाहिए आज प्रोग्राम रो सर्टिफिकेट टी तांको प्रदान करने मिस्टर जयवीर सिंह फ्रॉम न्यू आर्ट्स कॉमर्स एंड साइंस कॉलेज अहमदाबाद रु ही जॉइन may I request Mr. Jayveer Singh please receive the certificate here and then the next certificate will goes to Professor Satish Kumar from Jharkhand. These two certificates will be awarded to our two friends present over here virtually. One friend from Pune and other friend from Jharkhand. So may I request virtually to receive the certificate from our sir, our chief speaker, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, they are the participants, those who have attended almost all the programs, sir. We are today having 121 national webinar, and these are the persons they have attended all the programs, sir. Good. And one more girl is there, Suman. May I request Suman? Suman Mishra, are you there? She is from English Honors Department, that is from Patia College, RMD College, Patia. She is one of the member who helped us during the program in joining and in sharing and in stopping the other things. So looking at the program. So on behalf of the webinar also, I extend thanks to her. and I want to present this certificate virtually by our chief speaker to Suman. Suman, please receive. Suman, please receive the certificate. Now I want, today is a very auspicious day, and sir join us by sharing his valuable time and enriching us with many scientific charm and many scientific stories and how to get away from this omission of high temperature and to protect our ozone layer. So, on behalf of Maharshi College of Natural Law and on behalf of this national webinar, I want to present this memento to our sir. This small memento on virtual mode. I want to present it to our guest, Dr. Chitta Ranjan Mishra sir. Kindly acknowledge, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Now I request one of our friend here, Jugo sir, are you there? Gauri Shankar Jugo Prakash Jaina sir from Sadhu Ganesha College. Yes, sir. Thank you very much for joining us. And it's my privilege to introduce one of our very, very good friend. And he also joined this program to see our guest speaker because he is the teacher of the teachers. So I now request Juga sir to propose a vote of thanks. Over to Juga sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Sir, namaskar. Sir, namaskar.
Oh, namaskar. Namaskar, namaskar.
Sir, Gauri Shankar କହୁଥିଲି।
ହଁ ଆରେ ଆଉ କଣ ଖବର? ତୁମେ ଥିଲ ପୁରା ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରାମରେ ଥିଲ?
Yes, sir. He is very well present. He is the first person to join and he was here.
Very good, very good.
So he will propose a vote of thanks on behalf of the national webinar and on behalf of the Maharshi College. Yes, Gari sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Providing the opportunity to express my thoughts. I behalf of College of Natural Law express my heartfelt thanks to Dr. Chitta Ranjan Mishra, who is one of the well-known and magnanimous, dynamic, and an excellent scientific technocrat, scientist, science communicator, and a man of excellency. And no words will be insufficient to describe the presence and the way sir narrates the importance of World Ozone Day and Ozone for Life is really fantastic. No words to explain. Sir, we are really obliged to listen such a beautiful talk on this auspicious day. And moreover, I am also very much thankful to the team, particularly Namita madam, for providing me the opportunity. ଏଇଠି ଗୋଟେ କଥା କହି ରଖେ ଯେ ଚିତ୍ତ ସାରଙ୍କ ସହିତ ମୋର ଅତି ଘନିଷ୍ଠ ସମ୍ପର୍କ। ସାର୍ ମୋର ଜଣେ ଗୁରୁ, ଗାଇଡ୍, ସବୁ ବିଜ୍ଞାନର ପ୍ରତି କ୍ଷେତ୍ରରେ ସାରଙ୍କ ଯେତେବେଳେ ମୋର ଯାହା ପରାମର୍ଶ ଦରକାର ମୁଁ ସାରଙ୍କୁ ପଚାରେ। ଏବଂ ସମସ୍ତେ ବି ବିଜ୍ଞାନରେ ଯଦି କୌଣସି ପିଲା କ୍ୟାରିୟର କରିବାକୁ ଚାହୁଁଛନ୍ତି, ବିଜ୍ଞାନର ଯେକୌଣସି ବ୍ରାଞ୍ଚରେ କ୍ୟାରିୟର କରିବାକୁ ଚାହୁଁଛନ୍ତି, ସେ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଡକ୍ଟର ଚିତ୍ତରଞ୍ଜନ ମିଶ୍ର ସାରଙ୍କ ସହିତ ପରାମର୍ଶ ନେଲେ ମୁଁ ଭାବୁଛି ସେ ଜଣେ ବହୁତ ଭଲ କ୍ୟାରିୟର କରିପାରିବ ଏବଂ ବିଜ୍ଞାନକୁ ଭଲ ପାଇପାରିବ। ଆଜି ଯେଉଁ ଆମେ ସାରଙ୍କୁ ଆଜି ପାଇଛନ୍ତି ଆମେ ଗର୍ବିତ। ଏବଂ ଏତିକି କହି ମୁଁ ରଖୁଛି। ଜୟ ଜଗନ୍ନାଥ।
Thank you, Gauri Shankar sir. On behalf of Maharshi College of Natural Law and on behalf of the president of this webinar, Dr. Nalini Prabha Mahapatra, and my entire webinar team, I extend a heartfelt thanks to the chief speaker, the Professor Chittaranjan sir, and also all the members, those who have joined over here in this short span of time. On the just yesterday night, I have shared the link and all of you joined. So I'm really obliged to all of you. And we are really obliged to our sir on this auspicious day, exactly in the way he spoke to us, which is very much required for all of us to know, to get the knowledge. Because if you will go through the books, you will get some knowledge to some extent 30 or 40%. But if you listen from a person who is having experience, that will give you 90%. So I think this webinar will help you a lot. And I'm again thankful to Lord Jagannath for giving us an uninterrupted program, and without any failure in electricity or internet or anything. And I'm really grateful to sir and my teacher, Dr. Rekha Das, who is very well present over here. And just now I'll share one link so that we can listen to sir along with Jai Krishna Panigrahi sir, the Secretary of OES, and Rekha ma'am. All those people are there just at 7 p.m. I'll share it to our group so that everybody will get it. Thank you, sir, for being with us. Let's have a group photograph with sir. And I'm going to stop the recording, then we'll have the photograph, one photograph.